Many of you know me as a host and a filmmaker, but there is a title that I hold in even higher stead: teacher. I've taught film and drama to young people in the housing projects of Chicago and homeless children here in Cincinnati. Now, 2 days ago, I was asked to come and teach a directing class to a group of amazing young people with special needs. I can honestly say that I have never encountered a more focused, enthusiastic, and dedicated group of young artists in my career. And today you get to meet them. The Media Bridges program, Film Outside the Lines, on this edition of Viewfinder. Christian Appleby is the program coordinator of Media Bridges and director of the Film Outside the Lines. This innovative initiative gives artists with special needs the chance to express themselves cinematically, thus enriching us all in the process. Christian is joined by two of the program's filmmakers, Mary Flinker and Cassandra Proud. Welcome to Viewfinder.
Well,
how you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so Christian, how long has the program been around and how did it get started?
We've been going since April of this year, and theoretically we'll be wrapping up for this year in December. It got started in that I'd done a number of projects for an organization called Visionaries and Voices, which is an arts program for adults with individuals with disabilities. Right. And also I'd done another number of things over the years for MRDD, Down Syndrome Association, and various other organizations. And every time I worked with folks from those populations, they love the cameras, love working with the cameras, I love working with them, and every one of them would say, you know, oh, I want to make a movie someday, I have an idea for a movie someday. Right. My boss came to me last year and said, you know, we're thinking about applying to the Fine Arts Fund for a special projects grant. Your boss being Tom Bishop at Media Bridges, where I work. Right. And I said, well, you know, I think this would be a great idea. Why don't we see if we can get a bunch of folks from the same populations together, and I'll teach them about making movies, and we'll get together and see what movies we can make. And that's what happened. What struck me is how passionate everybody was and committed everybody was. Now tell me about these two amazing young talented people right here sitting with you. Now Mary, how long have you been in the program?
I started in the end of August of the first time I went to the class, and I was starting to, because I like acting, and mostly that's why I need to learn more acting, and then that's why. So
that's what you really want to be as an actress? Yeah. Excellent.
And I love filming also because I'm learning how to do cameras and lighting, and learning how to do, you know, movements when the actors approach and stuff like that, close-ups and wides and mediums. And
yeah, wide, medium, tight.
Yeah.
That's what we learned in our last class.
She's also a great writer.
Oh, excellent, yeah. Well, you know, and very sharp, because I love when we're going to see your bit in the film. You did a great job as an actress in this film, but an actor has to be very sharp and quick. And an actor is a writer in her own way, because you're creating something. Yeah. So that's great. Now, Cassandra, how long have you been in the
actually, I just started this summer.
Oh, fantastic. Now, what have you always loved film and TV, or?
Actually, I was going there for the summer art program because of my friend, and I was doing Special Olympics swimming, and my friend and I.
So you're an athlete too?
Yeah,
wow.
I do soccer. And my main fun is art, and you know, I'm great with other people, and I like to try new things, and I thought, you know, I'm not very good with cameras, and I like acting because I do act every now and then, and I'm just like, what the heck? So I try it, and I mean, I know some of the people that were there, and it's just like, I'll meet new people, have fun with it. And I mean, I have come up with a few good ideas, and here and there, they'll just pop up. I'll have my moments.
So, Christian, it seems like a pretty diverse group of talent, because here we have two in front of the camera talent, two actresses. But some of the other students in the program, they direct, they run camera, sound, write. So it's a program. It's kind of like whosoever will, let them come. Just bring your talent and something you can contribute.
Exactly. It's, I teach everybody every aspect of production.
There you go.
Because
an actor should know about lights
Exactly.
and how they're hitting them and everything.
Exactly. And then we've done a series of sketches. We've done as well as working on the scripts. And actually,
When you say sketches, you mean short skits?
very short skits. Yeah,
right.
for practice.
Right.
So I'll come in like once every 4 or 5 weeks. And say, okay, today we're gonna I'm gonna break up in teams. We're gonna come up with 3 sketches.
Excellent.
And then the next week we shoot them, and then we see what we get.
Well, I saw one that you sent me, and I just loved the whole thing about the black hole and the wizard jumping in the hole. I was looking at that. I was like, this is nice. This is like Lord of the Rings on a budget.
Yeah, fun story about that. that was Mary. And,
That was Mary's idea.
Yeah,
Wow.
and she said,
Actually, it's not my idea, but it's somebody else's idea. We just did it when I work with somebody.
You collaborated with somebody.
That come up with, to his idea, so we were doing like parts.
but she just happened to have a green screen in her bag with her that day.
She walks around with a green screen?
No, I think it was just. I don't think so.
You're ready to make a special effect anytime. Here we go.
Exactly.
In the mountains. Got the green screen.
I was like, you have what? Okay, let's go for it.
Excellent. And it looked good.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it was more like a Star Wars kind of theme.
Right, right.
And I think that was pretty cool because we had Greg Dice
Mm-hmm.
do the Darth Vader effect
Right.
because he has that nice deep,
Deep
voice
voice,
that
yes.
goes good well with it. Yeah, there you
Join
go.
me, Luke.
Yeah.
Have you seen my inhaler, Luke? This asthma's killing me. But anyway, go on. Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's see some of the work. I can't
Actually,
wait.
that's the first clip, I think.
That's the first clip?
Yeah.
So do you want to set up the clip? You guys want to set up the clip, Christian? Or?
Well, there are 2 actually short sketches. Actually, one Cassandra is in, the other one Mary is in, and this was actually the first outing I had, the first time I sort of sprung it on them. I was like, okay, we've been doing this for about 2 months now.
Right.
Let's start putting the rubber to the road and see what you guys can do. So.
All right. Let's see your network television debut.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Person walks down the street. The other person walks down the street. VIP records. Bang. They meet in the middle. They both go into the store. They're looking around. They see the last Screen Day CD.
Scott says, I want it, and then you say, no, I want it, and then you two start fighting.
They're arguing over it. I've been to every concert, and then I'll buy it, and you can listen to it, and then they exit and walk down the street.
Who wants to start? Vader. He's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's a stormtrooper. Yeah. She's a science officer.
He's Darth Vader. The bad guy.
Now, who's the bad guy?
Hey. The time hole closes and there's a star where it closed.
Sweet, VIP. I'm gonna go get the new Green Day CD.
Oh my gosh, so do I.
Okay. So you want to go over and listen to it at my house?
I banish you to the next dimension.
Who are you?
I am Darth Vader.
What's the word out?
Jump through the time hole. I am now closing the time hole.
I will find a way out.
We are now joined by 2 other members of the Media Bridges Film Outside the Lines program, Greg Geis and Scott Goschel, right?
Yes.
Welcome to Viewfinder. Don't want to screw up your names on your network television debut.
I understand.
So, you guys, we just saw you Now, you were in this film, right? Both of you were in this film,
Yeah.
right?
First one. He's the first one.
I'm in the first one.
Excellent, excellent. What do you get out of the program? What does the program do for you? What does it bring
You
to
know
your
what?
life?
It brings out the creativity in me and the creativity in other people. Learn to work as a team together. That's it.
Fantastic.
Helps. It got me new friends, more creativity, like Scott just said.
Now, there are a lot of people who would be surprised that, you know, of all the talent that you guys have, because I know you guys have to probably deal with a lot of people having preconceived notions about, you know, how you're going to be and how you're going to relate and everything. And you have to go deal with that every day of your life. What does the program allow you to do? Does it show you that, look, I have something to offer and you shouldn't just prejudge me? Or
Yeah, you shouldn't prejudge us because the way we look, the way we act, the way we are.
Right, right.
I think because we are talented the way we are.
That's right.
Everybody has their own talent.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I agree with Scott.
Excellent, excellent. Let me ask you just something, Christian, because I mean, when I came to the class, the camaraderie, I mean, I didn't want to leave. I mean, I knew you guys had to get to work and start shooting, but the camaraderie and the focus. Personally, what do you get out of working with this amazing group of people?
Well, again, the creativity is one thing. You know, it's like, you know, it's, you know, I do a lot of documentary work for nonprofit agencies in the city.
Right.
And
Through Media Bridges.
Through Media Bridges,
Right.
exactly. Through Media Bridges, which I love doing.
Right.
But it's more real world type things. And I get in there and it's like, okay, now just seeing them, what they come up with every week, you know, that gives me new ideas and new things that I might want to try. And
So you meet with them like, what, 3 hours a week?
3 hours a week, every Tuesday.
So every Tuesday you meet with Christian and the other staff. So what do you do during the week? When you're not in class, are you thinking of ideas and being creative and saying, wouldn't this be cool?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it comes to your head.
Right, right.
When you decide which one you want to do.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to go into the film and TV business, or is this just something else that leads you to something else that you want to do?
You know what? I thought I wasn't a good writer until I discovered I was doing it.
Absolutely. Well, that was profound. I didn't know I was a good writer until I discovered I was. I like that. I like that.
I didn't know I was a good writer until I found out I was, but I think I'd like to be in the movies.
There you go. What's your favorite kind of movies?
Star Wars
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of movies.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
that was his idea for the one.
Oh, that was your idea for this film we just saw.
Yeah.
How cool. Now, how did you feel when you guys saw your film for the first time come together? How did that make you feel?
You know what? That made me feel great because that proved that I could do anything, write anything, and write anything I want to.
There you go.
Yeah.
You felt the same way? You're like, look, I made a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Made me happy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, we're making 3 films as part of the program, and the 3 short films is the
Right.
goal of the program.
Right.
And as a group, we all sort of voted as what we're going to be working on.
Right.
We're doing an FBI story called The Counterfeit Killer, doing a fantasy film about a haunted vaudeville trunk, and then the third one was a documentary. That you chose to do.
Oh,
and I'll never
wow.
forget. I have actually on camera, Scott on camera saying that, yeah, let's make a documentary so people know how smart we are.
There you go. And see, that's the power of film. You can make your statement and you can move people and you can dispel a lot of ignorance and educate people. That's the power of it. Oh, this is great. Now, are we going to get to see this film that you showed me in class that was just...
No, that's later. The
Oh,
second
man.
one is another Mary piece.
Okay. Mary. Well, I can't lose with Mary.
Yes.
Because there's something about Mary, my friend.
Yes. And this
Very
is-
talented.
she is-
And that Cassandra is no slouch either, I want to let you know.
And Mary has taken this part, and she's actually, this is Outlaw Mary Part 1. She's since written Part 2 and Part 3.
Get out of here. All right, well, let's see Mary's work and get you guys' viewpoint on it.
Hello.
Hello, I just came to town.
Why?
There was a drought. I need a drink.
Well, I had some mint tea. Would you like some?
That'd be fine.
Is the outlaw Mary?
going on?
There was an outlaw.
Why are you shooting in the saloon?
Because I do not like phones.
Boy, Mary's quick on the draw.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
Yes, she is.
Don't want to make her mad.
No, don't want to mess with Mary. Don't want to mess with Mary.
Mary. Definitely.
Exactly. Now, what I'm amazed about, Christian, and the reason I'm so happy that we're doing this show is that we dispel a lot of myths. Because I know you had one of the cats shooting when I was teaching there and everything. And maybe we can come back on once you cut that together. But to see how orderly the class was and how focused this was. Because, you look at the media and they want to portray people with special needs as, being uncontrollable and unruly and everything. And everybody was polite, patient, focused. Is that one of the things that you hope to dispel with the program?
Yeah, certainly. To be honest, they're one of the best crews I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
Everybody works as a team.
Yeah.
For myself on down, there's no egos with anybody.
Why do you guys think you all work so well together? Because there wasn't a mean voice or a dissonant voice in the class. Everybody wanted to work and contribute. Why do you think that is?
Because we're
friends.
all different kinds of people, and we all blend together and make one production into one as friends.
And do you like the program? Do you look forward to it every week?
Yeah.
Now, how does it feel when you watch TV or when you watch movies and you say in your mind, I know how to do that? How does that make you feel?
The first time I watched a couple movies, when I was watching movies, I thought, you know what, this scene would be better, or this scene would be better if they did this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love it. I absolutely
Now that I know how to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I turn on the TV and put on Doctor Who and stuff, I sometimes think that would be better there.
Excellent. Well, we got one last clip to show, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is the clip.
This is from the first of the actual films that is the goal of the program.
Right.
Yeah, this is the counterfeit killer. It's an interrogation scene.
Now, who directed this one?
Everything's a group project. So
Okay.
sort of like on a shot-by-shot basis, we sort of mix up who's directing, who's running camera, who's running sound.
Okay.
Basically,
So
as
it
we go into like, we'll as decide as a group, okay, which we're going to start out with. Usually the wide shot. And we're like, okay, well, who wants to direct the wide shot? Figure out where it's going to go. And then I'll help set up the frame and things, give suggestions as we move along. And if it's handheld, it's probably me or Jared, who's another person from the program.
Right.
But anything on tripod.
Was Jerry who was operating yet? No, Jerry
that was
wasn't
Joe.
there yet.
That was
yeah,
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was
I hear
Joe
Jerry's a
running.
beast with the
Jared,
camera.
yeah, he's amazing with the camera.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
In fact, I'm doing a documentary about this program as well, besides their documentary.
Right.
And Jared is sort of eagerly jumped into being my main camera person during the class.
Well, and I was impressed with Joe yesterday, too.
He was excellent.
He was focused and he took direction. Because remember what we talked about, wide, tight, medium? And so I started directing him about how to shoot us and everything. He was right there. And after a while, I didn't have to say anything. He had it. He was choosing his shots and getting good coverage and everything. So it's just wonderful.
Afterwards, he asked me for your phone number. He wants to ask.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about
No. Well, he came out and got me. He came out as I was pulling away. He stopped me in the truck and said, can I get a number? Because my man's trying to get a job. Exactly. And I like that. I was like, you're the kind of camera operator I like. So let's set up the last clip for us.
This is a scene from The Counterfeit Killer. It is the main bad guy has killed a number of people already, and the FBI has tracked down one of his henchmen, and they're trying to get him to give some information.
Oh, they're gonna love this. I love this. Let's watch it.
You don't got nothing on me. You got your bloody handprint at the crime scene.
Circumstantial.
You've got a date with the needle unless you start cooperating with me.
In that case, come here.
Oh!
What the blaze is going on in here?
Interrogating a suspect.
James outside now, Michelle, carry on.
Yes, ma'am.
What a blaze is happening there?
I can handle him.
It didn't look that way from my end.
Okay, he got lucky. It won't happen again. This guy's tough. If we want to find out who did this, we have to lean on him.
I don't want any laws broken in my office.
But he's a killer.
By the book, understand?
I think he's ready to talk now.
I love that. I love that movie. I love that film. I love the door opening and close. Every time the door opens and closes, my man is jammed up. Amazing.
Yeah, that's the other Scott in the program who has
Oh.
turned into be a great actor.
Oh, good
Really
acting. Mary, again, on point. Good camera work. I mean, I know people, man, with years in who couldn't put together stuff. Listen, man, I helped judge some of the 48 hours. Now, that looks better than some of the movies. But I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up, Christian. So in any event, Christian, what is the future for the program? And how can, and you know we're going to have people saying, how can I get, my talented special needs person involved? What's the future for the program?
Well, like I said, it's running till December. We're actually we're screening the films at Memorial Hall on December 4th.
Memorial Hall, December 4th.
At 7 o'clock. Actually, doors open at 6, so, that sort of fun stuff.
And what is there a website people can go to get more
I would
information?
recommend going to the Media Bridges website, www.mediabridges.org, and you can contact us through there. I'm Christian Appleby. Just talk to me. I'd love to talk with anybody about getting them in the program.
And Media Bridges is trying to raise some money, right?
Yes, we're trying. Yeah, we're definitely trying. We're raising funds to continue the program next year.
Oh, that's fantastic. And we need this program. I'm telling you, because what these talented people bring to the table and how they enrich our lives is just absolutely amazing. I want to thank all you guys for coming on. Christian, I really want to thank you and Media Bridges for starting and pioneering the Film Outside the Lines program and providing a means of expression for these amazing young people. Now, these specially abled young people have shown us that given an opportunity, they can create images that affect us and open us up to a whole new world. So what's your excuse? Whatever it is, lose it and find the courage to realize your vision through your own viewfinder. Cut.